Hi everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Collectibles. Today is Thrift Haul Review Day, and for today's review, I am reviewing last week's Lord of the Rings finds. So these figures are all from the Toy Biz / Marvel Entertainment Lord of the Rings line produced around the movies. They're all varying from the first movie to the third movie, that sort of thing. Return of the King. I've got a mix of figures of the Fellowship and some of Sauron's minions, and then I've got a 12-inch Aragorn as well. So looking at the figures, I forgot that these came out until I saw them, and they were in such a great state of completion for most of them. A lot of them have all their accessories, and to see them in thrift bags, I had to pick them up because I am an avid Tolkien reader, and I have read The Lord of the Rings, watched all the movies. And to have these guys maybe complete the line and put a display out is something that I think I'm going to try and do now. So getting a closer look at some of the figures, they are quite nice. So if you're not familiar or you haven't seen them, we've got Gandalf, Greybeard, Aragorn, Legolas, Frodo, Gimli, and then we've got Gandalf the White, and then we've got the Mouth of Sauron up here, and his steed, and then you've got Aragorn, the 12-inch. So looking at the figures, there's tons of articulation on them. They have they're very similar to like the Marvel Legends line. Now some of them don't have feet that move, like don't have the articulation in the feet, but everything on them, this is like a thick plastic. Some of them have cloth. If you look at the face, his sword is very detailed. Looks just like Gandalf from the movies. And they stand pretty well for display. So you can put them in certain poses. The reason I bought all these for display, what brought me to buying them, the ones that I absolutely had to have, was the Mouth of Sauron. So I remember the movie. This guy was super duper creepy. He was almost like a Guillermo del Toro creature in the sense that he reminded me of Pan's Labyrinth. So you look at his face, it is super duper creepy, and there's a ton of like cool articulation to it. And these are like cloth. So he goes right on his horse. The horse has some action movements that it does, but he looks really good. And then the figures are to scale, right? So one of the problems I have with certain toy lines is in Lord of the Rings, Gandalf's super tall, Legolas is pretty tall, Gimli's obviously a dwarf, and Frodo and the rest of the hobbits are super small. So you wouldn't want a dwarf to be the same size as Gandalf, because then you would lose all sense of like, oh, this doesn't make any sense if you wanted to display. So if you're looking at Gimli versus Gandalf, he's significantly smaller. Like it's actually like legit, like it's to scale. And then Frodo is smaller than Gimli. So when you're looking at all the figures, they're very much like make sense scale wise too. So that's what I kind of really like about this line, and the fact that I got the two different Gandalfs. I've got almost what I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 9 Fellowship of the Ring, and then I got one of the Sauron guys. I would like to get the talking Sauron to go with this, so I could have 2 versus like 5. But that being said, I'm not as crazy about the 12-inch figures. There's literally no articulation to him other than some shoulder movements and leg movements. So it's kind of meh. But that being said, we'll probably try and trade him for another one of these guys. So if you liked the video, let me know what your favorite Lord of the Ring themed toy is, or what you remember, what your favorite character in the movie is. I definitely want to get a Gollum as well. Kind of just reminded myself about that because he is my favorite character in Lord of the Rings. So hope you guys enjoy the video. These, and to add on to that, all these cost me about 25 bucks. So not like I didn't pay a ton, but they're not worth a ton. So it's a good it's an even trade, right? So I don't have to pay eBay prices, but I also got most of my ones that I really wanted. So like, comment, subscribe, shoot me a message with what you like the most, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.